Marcus is 38. He's a civil engineer in Denver. He earns $115,000 a year, drives a sensible car, and has never missed a credit card payment in his life. He called me 3 months ago. Not excited, tired. He said, "I've done everything right. I make more than I ever thought I would, and I have almost nothing to show for it." I didn't say anything for a second, because I knew exactly what he was describing. And it's not a money problem. It's a philosophy problem. And it will silently drain your financial life for decades if you don't name it. Here's the thing. Most people treat their income like a thermostat. The number goes up. The spending adjusts to match. The number goes up again. The spending follows. There's always a good reason. Nicer apartment, better car, the vacation you finally deserved. The lifestyle creep is invisible because every individual choice feels completely rational. But the thermostat never gets set higher. It just tracks whatever comes in. And this is the trap Marcus was in. Not debt, not bad investments. A thermostat stuck at zero net accumulation, no matter what the income said. So let me tell you what I told him. And I want to start with what happened to me first. Because I was Marcus at 29. I was making $74,000 a year as a mid-level analyst in Philadelphia. By every external measure, I was doing fine. But I had maybe $3,200 in savings and a vague guilt I couldn't explain. I remember sitting at my kitchen table one night in February 2012, looking at my bank statement and doing the math for the first time. I had earned roughly $370,000 over the previous 5 years. I had $3,200 to show for it. That's not a rounding error. That is a philosophy failure. And I mean that literally. I didn't have a spending problem or an income problem. I had an ownership problem. Every dollar I earned, I immediately handed to someone else. Landlord, car company, grocery chain, streaming service, coffee shop. I was an incredibly efficient machine for converting my labor into other people's capital. Think about that for a second. Every subscription you pay is someone else's equity stake growing. Every rent check is your landlord's mortgage getting paid down. You are the engine, someone else is the owner, and the owner is the one who builds wealth while sleeping. That's the reframe, right there. Now, what most people don't realize is the solution isn't to spend less. Frugality alone is just a slower version of the same trap. The solution is to switch sides. Okay, so back to Marcus. When I asked him how much he owned, meaning actual equity stakes in businesses, he paused. He had a 401k from his employer with about $41,000 in it. That was essentially it. For 38 years of living and 15 years of working, he had $41,000 in ownership and a paycheck that reset to zero every 2 weeks. Here's where it gets interesting. I asked him one question. Before you paid any bill last month, how much did you move into ownership? He said zero. He paid bills, covered expenses, and invested whatever was left, and most months, nothing was left. That sequence is the entire problem. Pay everyone else first. Keep the scraps. That's the default philosophy that 8 out of 10 employed Americans run on, and it is almost perfectly designed to keep you dependent on a wage for the rest of your life. The inversion, the contrarian move, is mechanically simple. Move money into ownership before you pay anything else, even $75, even $50. Not because $50 changes your net worth this month, but because it rewires the philosophy. You become an owner first and a consumer second. That identity shift compounds harder than any interest rate. Between 1993 and 2023, the S&P 500 returned roughly 10.5% annually. Someone who invested $200 a month for 30 years, starting with nothing, ended up with approximately $452,000. Someone who waited to invest whatever was left, and statistically that's most people, ended up with close to zero. Same income, completely different philosophy. Now let me tell you about the emotional turning point for me. It was about 6 months after that kitchen table moment. I'd started moving $100 a month into an index fund before paying anything else. It felt almost pointless. I was scrambling to cover rent twice that year, but something strange happened around month 5. I got a tiny dividend notification, $11.30. I know, $11. Not exactly life-changing, but I remember staring at that notification and feeling something I'd never felt from a paycheck. Because that $11 arrived without me doing anything. No meeting, no deliverable, no manager approval. It came because I owned something. That feeling, that tiny, ridiculous $11 feeling, is the gateway drug to thinking like an owner. And once you feel it, the philosophy becomes obvious in a way no book or video ever made it. Here's the thing nobody talks about. The contrarian edge in investing isn't about finding better stocks than the next person. 72% of actively managed funds underperform the index over a 20-year period. The edge isn't analytical, it's behavioral and philosophical. While everyone else is optimizing their spending, finding the best deals, the cheapest subscriptions, the right budget app, the contrarian is asking a completely different question. How do I own more and consume less? That question reorients everything. So what does this look like practically? This is what I told Marcus. Pick a number, not what's comfortable, but what's slightly uncomfortable. $100, $200, whatever stings just a little. On payday, before the rent app, before the utilities, before the grocery run, that number moves into a brokerage account and buys ownership in something you believe in. An index fund, a single ETF. It doesn't need to be clever. It needs to be first. Then you cover your life with what remains. Some months are tight. Good. Tight months build the muscle. They force you to feel the gap between consuming and owning, and they make you take that gap seriously. Marcus started at $150 a month. 3 months in, he told me he'd bumped it to $275 without really thinking about it. Not because his income went up, because the identity shifted. He was an owner now. The thermostat got reset. Now, who is this for? If you earn a paycheck that feels like enough on paper but disappears every month without building anything underneath you, this is for you. If you've told yourself you'll start investing seriously once you earn a bit more, or pay off one more thing, or get through this one expensive season, this is especially for you. That moment never comes. The thermostat adjusts. It always has. And if you've been thinking about money as income and expenses and never as ownership versus renting your own future back from someone else, then you've been playing the game with the wrong philosophy. Not the wrong stocks, the wrong philosophy. Wages buy you this week. Ownership buys you every week you'll ever have. Tonight, not this weekend, tonight, open your brokerage account or set one up if you don't have one. It takes 11 minutes. Move one uncomfortable amount into it. Make it automatic. Make it first. That's the whole move. The philosophy follows the action. It always does.